Have you ever woken up in the morning feeling utterly exhausted, as if you hadn't slept a wink all night? You went to bed at a reasonable hour, your room was quiet, and your body was tired, yet you woke up groggy, sore, and perhaps even a bit dizzy. Does this scenario sound familiar? Maybe you attributed it to the inevitable effects of aging, dismissed it as a result of a restless night, or blamed it on too many trips to the bathroom. But what if I told you that the real culprit might be something sitting right in your kitchen? What if that beloved bedtime snack you've been enjoying for years, the one that brings you comfort and seems healthy, is actually doing more harm than good? You see, after the age of 65, our bodies undergo changes that often go unnoticed until it's too late. The food we consume before bedtime can have a profound impact on our sleep quality, heart health, cognitive function, and even increase the risk of serious medical incidents while we rest. In fact, one of the foods well discussed today has been linked to heart attacks during sleep. I know this sounds alarming, but I want you to understand that this isn't about instilling fear. It's about arming you with knowledge. Once you know what to avoid, you can make simple adjustments that will keep you safer, healthier, and give you more control over your body and your sleep. So, let me ask you, have you ever experienced a racing heart at night or woken up in a cold sweat? Have you noticed having strange dreams, shallow sleep, or waking up gasping for air? You might not realize it yet, but some of the most common foods, even those labeled as healthy, could be the root cause of these issues. In this video, we're going to uncover 8 foods that seniors should never eat before bed. And food number 3 on this list is particularly dangerous, as it has been associated with heart attacks during sleep. Stay with me, because your safety and peace of mind are invaluable. While you're here, I'd love to hear from you. What's your go-to nighttime snack? Share it in the comments. You might be surprised to find it on today's list. And if you're passionate about living a longer, healthier life or caring for someone who is, don't forget to tap that subscribe button. Here at Golden Years Health, we discuss the things that matter most because you deserve answers and the right to feel well every single day. Alright, let's dive in and discover what might be lurking in your kitchen. Spicy foods, a recipe for discomfort. Let's start with something that catches many people off guard. Spicy foods. Take Mr. Thompson, for example. At 82 years old, he was full of life and incredibly proud of his legendary homemade curry. Every evening, without fail, he would whip up a small bowl, adding extra chili to suit his taste. He'd enjoy it, smile contentedly, perhaps watch the evening news, and then head off to bed. But then, his nights took an unexpected turn. He started waking up with a tightness in his chest, sometimes coughing, and at other times, experiencing a burning sensation that crept up his throat. At first, he thought it was just the normal wear and tear of aging or maybe stress. However, the discomfort persisted, becoming more intense and unsettling with each passing night. What Mr. Thompson didn't realize was that his beloved spicy curry wasn't staying put in his stomach. When we lie down after eating, gravity no longer works in our favor. As we age, the lower esophageal sphincter, the muscle that separates the stomach from the esophagus, weakens. For seniors, this makes it much easier for stomach acid to reflux into the esophagus, a condition known as acid reflux. When spicy foods are part of the equation, it's like igniting a fire within your digestive system. You may experience heartburn, chest tightness, and here's the dangerous part. These symptoms can closely mimic those of a heart attack. No wonder so many seniors rush to the hospital at night, fearing for their heart health, when in reality, it's their dinner causing the distress. Sadly, many dismiss these symptoms, thinking, oh, it's just a bit of heartburn, nothing serious. But when it happens repeatedly, it starts to take a toll on your sleep. You toss and turn, wake up coughing, fail to achieve deep sleep, and your body misses out on the crucial opportunity to repair and rejuvenate itself. Night after night, the cumulative effect can be significant. If you're a fan of spicy food, don't despair. You don't have to give it up entirely, but timing is crucial. Avoid chili peppers, curries, and any heavily spiced dishes at least 3 hours before bedtime. This gives your body enough time to digest the food while you're still upright, allowing gravity to aid the digestive process. And if you're craving flavor in the evening, opt for mild herbs like basil or parsley instead of spicy ingredients. A calm stomach is the key to a peaceful night's sleep. Sugar, the sleep thief. While spicy foods can cause discomfort, Sugar can silently rob you of a good night's sleep and disrupt your heart health while you rest. There's something seemingly innocent and comforting about indulging in a slice of pie, a cookie, or a small scoop of ice cream before bed. Take Helen, for instance, a sweet and soft-spoken woman. She used to have a piece of peach cobbler almost every night. It was her little treat, a cherished part of her daily routine, and a simple source of joy after dinner. But then, things started to change. She began waking up multiple times during the night. Her dreams became strange and vivid, and she tossed and turned restlessly, often waking up in a sweat. By morning, she felt as if she hadn't slept at all. Her doctor explored various possibilities, asking about stress levels, medications, and even the quality of her mattress. But no one thought to inquire about that nightly dessert. The truth is, sugar is far from a sleep aid. Instead, it jolts your body awake. When you consume sugary foods before bed, your blood sugar levels spike rapidly, triggering the release of insulin. This sudden surge sends a signal to your brain that it's time to be active, not to rest. As a result, your heart rate may increase, your brain becomes more alert, and your body goes into overdrive when it should be winding down for the night. It's like flooring the gas pedal just as you're trying to park the car. Over time, these nighttime sugar spikes can completely disrupt your sleep cycle, your circadian rhythm, the natural internal process that regulates your sleep-wake pattern, gets thrown off balance. Blood pressure, which should naturally decline during the night, may instead rise. Instead of entering the deep, restorative stages of sleep, you find yourself stuck in a shallow, restless state. What's even more concerning is that repeated sugar spikes at night have been linked to increased inflammation, nighttime blood pressure surges, and irregular heartbeats in older adults. Yet, it's so easy to think, it's just a cookie, it helps me relax. In reality, it lulls you into a false sense of comfort while quietly undermining your body's ability to rest, repair, and protect your heart. If you're looking for a bedtime treat, there are much better alternatives. Try a warm cup of unsweetened chamomile tea, known for its calming properties, or enjoy a small banana, which is rich in magnesium and potassium, two minerals that help relax muscles and promote better sleep. These gentle choices can satisfy your evening cravings without sending your body into a state of alertness. Processed meats, a silent danger. Sugar may disrupt your sleep, but the next food on our list poses an even greater threat. In fact, it has been directly linked to heart attacks during sleep. Let's talk about processed meats. Sliced ham, pepperoni, a couple of strips of bacon before bed, or a few bites of leftover sausage might seem like harmless indulgences. Right. I want to share a story that I'll never forget. There was a gentleman in his 70s. Let's call him Mr. Randall. He started waking up in the early hours of the morning with a strange tightness in his chest. It wasn't exactly pain, but more of a pressure, a squeezing sensation that left him sitting up in bed, short of breath and unsure if he was in serious trouble. He underwent all the usual tests, and his heart appeared to be in good condition. His oxygen levels were normal. Then, during a casual conversation, his doctor asked a simple question: "Do you ever eat anything before bed?" That's when the pieces fell into place. Every night around 9:30, Mr. Randall would prepare a small plate of crackers and bacon. It was his comforting ritual, a salty and satisfying treat that he looked forward to all day. However, processed meats are loaded with sodium and saturated fats, and for seniors, this combination is a double whammy, especially at night. The high sodium content causes the body to retain water, leading to elevated blood pressure and forcing the heart to work harder. The saturated fats thicken the blood and slow down circulation, just as your body is trying to rest and regulate itself during sleep. When blood flow naturally slows down and the heart rate decreases, the combination of thickened blood and high blood pressure creates a dangerous situation. This is precisely why processed meats have been directly associated with an increased risk of heart attacks during sleep, particularly for older adults. Many people mistakenly think, it's just a few slices, it can't hurt. But it's not about the quantity, it's about the timing. Even small portions of salty, fatty meats before bed can silently raise your nighttime blood pressure and put additional strain on your cardiovascular system while you sleep. If you're in the mood for some protein before bed, there are safer options available. Try low-sodium turkey slices. They're lean, easy on your system, and even contain tryptophan, a natural amino acid that can help induce sleep. Alternatively, a small handful of unsalted nuts provides healthy fats. magnesium, and a calming effect without causing a spike in blood pressure. I know giving up that late-night bacon might feel like a sacrifice, but ensuring your heart gets the peaceful rest it deserves is priceless. Coffee, the unwanted stimulant. Speaking of blood pressure, there's another bedtime food that may not seem dangerous at first glance but can subtly throw your entire system off balance. Coffee. There's something luxurious about sipping a warm cup of coffee in the evening, a little pick-me-up after dinner. For Margaret, it was more than just a drink. It was a source of comfort and joy. She would say, "It reminds me of when I was younger, working late nights. I'd sip it slow and feel sharp again." Even in her 70s, she clung to this routine, having just one cup of coffee around 6:00 p.m., believing it helped her stay engaged, energized, and connected. But soon, her sleep started to deteriorate. Her nights became long and restless, lying in bed with her eyes wide open, listening to the clock tick, and feeling as if her mind simply refused to shut off. She tried everything from lavender oil to soft music, but nothing seemed to work. What she didn't realize was that that single evening cup of coffee was still having an impact on her body hours later. Caffeine doesn't disappear from our system quickly. For most people, it remains in the bloodstream for 6 to 8 hours. However, seniors metabolize caffeine more slowly than younger adults. So, while a 30-year-old might be able to consume a cup of coffee and have it out of their system by bedtime, someone over 65 could still have caffeine circulating in their body well into the night. That gentle boost of energy that coffee provides turns into a brain that won't settle, a heart that refuses to slow down, and a mind that stays alert long after the lights are out. A common mistake many people make is switching to decaffeinated coffee, assuming it's completely safe. But decaf still contains some caffeine, and if you're sensitive, it can still disrupt your natural sleep cycles. The solution: cut off all sources of caffeine by 2:00 p.m. or even earlier if possible. This includes coffee, cola, black teas, and yes, even dark chocolate. If you love a warm drink in the evening, opt for caffeine-free and soothing alternatives. Valerian root tea, lemon balm tea, or warm oat milk can calm your nervous system and prepare your body for a deep, restful sleep. Remember, good sleep isn't just about falling asleep, it's about staying asleep and waking up feeling refreshed. Citrus fruits, deceptive sleep saboteurs. You might think that healthy options like fruit are safe choices before bed, but even something as wholesome as an orange can quietly disrupt your sleep. Let's take a closer look at citrus fruits. They may seem innocent, but they're not as harmless as they appear. James was the epitome of a healthy lifestyle. He walked every morning, stayed on top of his doctor's appointments, and loved fresh food, especially fruit. After dinner, it was his habit to peel a juicy orange and enjoy it while watching the evening news. It felt clean, fresh, and like a good choice for his body. But every night, he went to bed feeling bloated, and a strange burning sensation would creep up his chest. In the early hours of the morning, he would wake up coughing or needing to sit up. At first, he blamed it on the pasta he had for dinner or stress, but then he noticed a pattern. These symptoms only occurred on nights when he ate citrus fruits. Here's the reason. Citrus fruits like oranges, grapefruits, and pineapples are highly acidic. For seniors, especially those prone to acid reflux or gastroesophageal reflux disease GERD, these fruits can trigger that uncomfortable burning sensation in the chest and throat. As we age, the lower esophageal sphincter weakens, making it easier for stomach acid to travel up into the esophagus when we lie down after consuming acidic foods. This can lead to heartburn, coughing, and even disrupted breathing during sleep. It's important to note that fruit is indeed healthy, but timing is everything. Just because something is nutritious doesn't mean it's suitable to eat right before bed. If you're looking for a better bedtime fruit option, consider a banana. It has natural calming properties and helps relax muscles due to its potassium and magnesium content. Or try a few slices of pear, which are low in acid and gentle on the stomach. These choices allow you to enjoy a sweet treat without the negative consequences. Aged cheese, the brain fog inducer. We've discussed foods that cause discomfort, heart strain, and acid reflux, but the next one affects something even more precious: your memory. Let's talk about aged cheese, a food that can quietly cloud your brain and fragment your sleep. There was a woman who couldn't understand why. Every night as she was on the verge of falling asleep, her dreams would turn strange. They weren't necessarily scary, but they were vivid, disjointed, and left her feeling exhausted. She would wake up feeling as if she hadn't rested at all, despite having been in bed for a solid 8 hours. It took her weeks to realize the pattern. Each time she had her favorite late-night snack of cheese and crackers, the strange dreams would return, stronger than before. This wasn't a coincidence. Aged cheeses such as cheddar, blue cheese, Swiss, and Gouda contain an amino acid called tyramine. Tyramine stimulates the brain, increasing alertness and triggering the release of norepinephrine, a hormone that raises your heart rate and keeps your mind active. This chemical reaction doesn't just make it harder to fall asleep. It can also lead to more intense and vivid dreams that disrupt your rapid eye movement REM sleep cycle, leaving you feeling drained the next day. People often assume that all dairy products are calming. We've all heard the advice, drink warm milk to help you sleep. But not all dairy is created equal. Aged cheese is stimulating, not soothing. If you enjoy a small dairy-based snack at night, there are better options available. Try a glass of warm milk, low-fat Greek yogurt, or soft cheese like cottage cheese. In moderation, these contain tryptophan, a compound that can actually help promote relaxation and drowsiness without the unwanted mental stimulation. Protein shakes and heavy nighttime meals. The sleep interrupters. If you think the previous foods were surprising, wait until you hear about the so-called healthy habit that might be ruining your sleep in a different way. Protein shakes and heavy nighttime protein meals. George was determined to stay strong. He had read that seniors need more protein to maintain muscle mass, and he wasn't taking any chances. So, every night before bed, he would make himself a large protein shake, packed with protein powder, almond butter, and milk. It seemed like a smart choice. He thought it would help his muscles recover while he slept. However, things didn't go as planned. He went to bed feeling full, a bit bloated, and oddly alert. In the middle of the night, he often woke up sweating or needing to use the bathroom. The reason is that heavy protein, especially in shake form or as part of a dense meal, takes a long time to digest. And when you're sleeping, your body's digestive process naturally slows down. Instead of resting and repairing, your digestive system is working overtime to process that late-night load. Digestion isn't the only thing affected. Studies have shown that a heavy protein intake close to bedtime can reduce the amount of time you spend in REM sleep, the stage where your brain heals, processes memories, and truly restores itself. It's a classic case of good intentions gone wrong. Many people believe that protein is always beneficial before bed, but for seniors, whose digestion naturally slows with age, too much protein at the wrong time can have the opposite effect. The solution: consume your protein earlier in the day. Enjoy hearty breakfasts and lunches with lean meats, legumes, or eggs. At night, aim for light and balanced meals, such as a small serving of vegetables, a bit of complex carbohydrates, and perhaps a calming herbal tea. This way, you can support your body's needs without interfering with your sleep. Alcohol, the deceptive sleep aid. And now, we arrive at the final item on our list, a beverage that appears comforting and even beneficial at first glance. However, for seniors, it acts as a silent saboteur, wreaking havoc on sleep quality, cognitive clarity, and morning vitality. Let's delve into this nightcap that many consume without a second thought, yet should approach with great caution. Mildred had a nightly ritual. Just before bed, she would pour herself a small glass of wine, which she affectionately referred to as her nightcap. She believed it was a wonderful way to relax, unwind, and gently ease into slumber. For a time, it seemed to work wonders. She drifted off to sleep more quickly and felt less anxious. It became a comforting habit that she looked forward to each evening. But soon, significant changes started to occur in the mornings. She woke up feeling groggy, and there were times when she was even confused, as if she hadn't slept at all despite spending hours in bed. Her daughter noticed that she was more irritable during the day, and Mildred herself began forgetting trivial matters, such as simple names, familiar appointments, and even conversations from the previous night. What was causing these concerning changes? As it turns out, although alcohol may facilitate falling asleep faster, it severely disrupts the overall quality of sleep. Scientific research provides us with valuable insights into this phenomenon. Alcohol suppresses REM sleep, the crucial deep and restorative stage during which the brain processes memories, emotions, and undergoes physical healing. Instead of a restful and rejuvenating slumber, alcohol fragments sleep, leading to frequent awakenings, dehydration, and even nighttime disorientation. For seniors who may already have issues with balance or memory, these effects pose a significant danger. Here lies the tricky part. Alcohol initially acts as a sedative, which is why many seniors think, "It knocks me out, so it must be helping." However, sedation is not the same as true sleep. It's more like temporarily unplugging the brain. You might go to bed at 10 and wake up at 6, but without healthy REM cycles in between, your body and mind are deprived of the essential restorative sleep they need. Even a single evening drink can have lingering effects, especially in older adults, whose livers metabolize alcohol at a slower rate. So, what are the better alternatives? It's advisable to avoid alcohol after 6:00 p.m. or skip it entirely on nights when a good night's sleep is particularly crucial. Instead, opt for warm herbal beverages like chamomile, lavender, or lemon balm tea. These drinks are renowned for promoting calmness and helping the body prepare for rest. Alternatively, choose a magnesium-rich snack, such as a handful of almonds or a banana. Magnesium plays a vital role in muscle relaxation and has been proven to enhance sleep quality naturally. The truth is, the 8 foods and drinks we've discussed: spicy dishes, sugary treats, processed meats, caffeinated beverages, citrus fruits, aged cheese, heavy proteins, and alcohol may seem harmless, and some may even appear beneficial on the surface. But for seniors over 65, whose bodies are more sensitive and whose sleep is more precious, the timing and type of food consumed at night can have a profound impact. A single dietary choice can determine whether you experience a peaceful night or wake up feeling foggy, fatigued, or even in a precarious health situation. Rest assured, our intention isn't to instill fear. Rather, it's to empower you with knowledge. We want to remind you that quality rest is not a luxury, it's a lifeline, and you deserve nothing less. Now, let's take a moment to reflect on everything we've uncovered. As we're getting to the core of this important conversation, it's a tough realization, isn't it? Discovering that something as simple as a bedtime snack, which has provided comfort for so long, could actually be working against your well-being. This isn't merely about physical health. It's a deeper issue that encompasses your independence, peace of mind, and the ability to wake up each morning feeling strong, stable, and secure. If you're caring for an elderly loved one or a neighbor, this realization can evoke a complex mix of emotions, including guilt, worry, confusion, and even a sense of helplessness. But hey, race the silver lining. You're no longer in the dark. You're now informed with insights that many people never acquire. With this knowledge comes the power to make better choices, to protect those you cherish, and to care for yourself in the way you truly deserve. Sleep is not just about closing your eyes. It's a vital time when your body heals, your heart resets, your brain clears mental clutter, and your immune system strengthens. For seniors, sleep is one of the most potent natural medicines, and it all begins with the food and drinks you choose in the kitchen. So, I encourage you to take action tonight. Spend a moment examining your pantry and fridge. Identify just one item, be it a food or a drink that you've learned today might be detrimental to your sleep, and replace it with a simpler, smarter alternative. Maybe swap that aged cheese for a serving of low-fat yogurt. Exchange your late-night cookie for a banana. Or choose a soothing herbal tea instead of that evening glass of wine. These small steps are all it takes to make a difference. Better sleep leads to clearer mornings, which in turn lead to safer days. Safer days, in turn, bring more joy, strength, and freedom, precisely what you deserve as you age. Remember, growing older doesn't mean losing control. It means becoming wiser. It's about discerning what truly benefits you and letting go of what doesn't. No matter your age or your starting point, it's never too late to make a change. It's never too late to improve your sleep, enhance your well-being, and live a fulfilling life with love, a bit of guidance, and the courage to listen to your body. You can still look forward to peaceful nights ahead because you're not alone on this journey. Here at Golden Years Health, we walk beside you every step of the way. Let's recap what we've learned today, as each point is of utmost importance. We began by discussing spicy foods, which may seem harmless and comforting but can stir up digestive troubles and trigger heartburn precisely when your body needs to rest. Then, we explored how sugar, even in the form of a small slice of pie, can cause insulin levels to spike and significantly diminish sleep quality. Processed meats, though flavorful, burden the heart, especially when consumed at night. Caffeinated drinks, including decaf, can keep the brain overly alert when it should be winding down. Citrus fruits, despite their refreshing nature, are highly acidic and can transform a peaceful night into a painful one. Aged cheese, full of character, contains tyramine, which disrupts dreams and mental tranquility. Protein shakes and heavy nighttime meals, intended to be helpful, can overload the digestive system and interrupt the body's natural rhythm. And finally, alcohol, the seemingly innocent nightcap, deceives you into thinking it aids sleep when, in reality, it steals your much-needed rest during the quiet hours of the night. These are everyday foods and drinks that many of us have grown up with and believed were relaxing. But for those over 65, avoiding them before bed could be the key to distinguishing between a restless night and a truly restorative one. I'm eager to hear from you. Have you noticed how your sleep is affected by what you eat or drink before bed? Were you surprised by any of the information shared today? Let's continue the conversation in the comments section. Your story might just help someone else realize what they've been overlooking. If this video has provided you with valuable insights, clarity, or simply a sense of reassurance, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Here at Golden Years Health, we're not just sharing information, we're building a community where aging is embraced with respect, understanding, and care. We strive to support and empower every senior and caregiver. This journey of aging may not always be easy, but together, we can navigate it with wisdom, kindness, and purpose. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. Take good care of yourself tonight, sleep soundly, and always remember that you deserve peace, rest, and joy every single night. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Until then, stay healthy and stay wise.